Hi there everyone, thanks to my new subscribers and to my old subscribers. Tonight I'm going to do how does he or she feel about you, pick a card. You choose a number, 1 or 2, and the timestamps are in the description box below. How does he or she feel about my channel viewer? How does he or she feel about my channel viewer? How does he or she feel about my channel viewer? Gaia, Aphrodite, self-love, Helen of Troy, beauty, Baba Yaga, authenticity, Hecate, illumination, Isis, protection, the Muses as the overall energy, inspiration. So I get the impression this is a third party situation, or possibly could be. This is a guy that dates around. That's the impression I get. But you've got competition here, real competition, especially from a wife or a partner. And she's full of herself, but she works closely. I know I say this quite a bit, but she works quite closely with a witch. Yeah, she's a mother. Like, it really gives me like a, you know, like a Hollywood witch feel in these cards, because there's some kind of fascination about the partner. You know, something about her is fabulous. That's the impression I get. She's very narcissistic, but she's very proud of her achievements, and I feel that she has wealth and comfort. And a new baby by the looks of things, quite possibly. Or a new project if they're not kid orientated. One or the other. So what does that mean for you? I feel that you keep the faith. You have a strong faith. And that's what protects you from this witch. And her only objective is to cause destruction, because she's very protective of her home life and her stability and what she's achieved with this man. But it's essentially built on a lie. It's just that I feel it's all she knows, you know. She only knows how to seek a man to support her. She only knows how to keep a man to support her by making compromises. That's the strong impression I get. But also, she knows that you are a significant person in your man's life. You are his beauty. And she is wondering why it is her plans and schemes have no effect around you. And it's because you keep the faith and you don't mess in her life. I don't even feel that you're looking to this bloke in order to take him away from his current partner. You'd like to develop things. That's what these cards say, but you don't want to go messing around the home or anything. You know that he's madly in love with you and you'd like to be his queen, but you're not looking at her. If this is a him that we're, a she that we're talking about, it's the same diff. Your girlfriend's a very proud individual. She's a real go-getter. She's independent. She has some ties from her homeland, I feel. She's very self-focused. I feel there's some royalty attached to her, but it's like an earthy royalty. It's not, you know, like a hierarchical royalty. Kind of talks about something from the higher realms. So I get the impression that she has competition, and she has competition from somebody that you are seeing. Because I feel that if you're a bloke and you're watching this and you're asking about a woman, or you're in a same-sex relationship, then this person is dating other people. So it's a mirror effect for both sexes in this deck. You tend to know that you're up against maybe, perhaps, quite possibly bad juju. And the reason I feel it's bad juju is because Baba Yaga and He-Kate are together. And He-Kate is from the depths. She's not from the heavens. Baba Yaga doesn't necessarily have to be a bad witch, but in this instance, the cards are showing that she's a bad witch. She doesn't use elements of the light to do her work. I know some viewers are cynical, but that's what the cards say. You know, it's like, that's why I say it's like a Hollywood witch type of feel in these decks, where you hear of people going to see witches, quote unquote witches, to try to gain some notoriety or to affirm wealth or whatever, keep their status in life, without understanding what they're doing. And they go to maybe a very expensive witch, or somebody that they somebody around them knows, and turns out, you know, they're using black magic to conjure these spells. Now, personally, I don't like to meddle in anything that I can't see, feel, or touch, but it seems to be a big phenomenon now, almost like a culture, you know, and you're free to practice what it is you take an interest in. But I'm just saying, the reflection of these cards is that she can potentially cause danger to you, or a type of harm, because of the type of practice she's dealing in. She's staunchly defensive of her home life and her status in this relationship with this person, be it male or female, and however that plays out in your life. I feel it's lucky that you have some type of status in the higher realms and you do your spiritual work. because sometimes this sort type of thing is like a science experiment gone wrong. You know, I mean, I believe in the universal energies, so, and the yin and yang and that sort of thing. So what I'm saying is that this woman has the ability to disrupt the yin and yang, but you are a very powerful being on this planet, and you do your spiritual work, and you're genuine about that spiritual work. You're not a hypocrite. And the higher realms know that, and the lower realms know that. And that's why there's a proffer of some protection there. This woman wants to, this woman's trying to bind you to some type of karma. And I'm not saying that she's unsuccessful in that, because she does seem to cause a ruckus. But I feel like, you know, this woman's out of her depth, severely out of her depth. I mean, she's done something without questioning it. And with the Baba Yaga underneath, I feel she's a very homely person, but also she delves in her own practices. It's not just about the Hollywood witch phenomenon. She does something herself. I feel you know, but you keep a strong faith. That's the impression I get. He's ashamed of the way, he or she is ashamed of the way that he treated you, or his response to you. He or she knows that you are the one for him. But also, I feel like with this, the muses here, there's a lot of women that are put in front of him which are quite beautiful and attractive, and he turns a blind eye, like he's not looking at them at all. Now maybe she knows enough about it that she's willing to compromise, and so she puts these women in front of him, or she turns a blind eye. I'm not quite sure which. He or she, of course. So he or she has done something on a spiritual level which won't fare well for her, because look at the old woman. Look at the karma. How could you go from this to this? I wouldn't want to go from that to that, but that's what these cards are insinuating. You will succeed at burning down her, this is metaphorically, at destroying her nest because of the spiritual work that you do and because of who you are. Thus I get the impression from this card that it's, you know, God's protection on the spiritual level. He stands between you and the flames in this picture. She has some impression that, he or she has some impression that they can bind you, or they've bound you, or they've restricted you, something like that. But that's not the case. It's just that the wheel hasn't turned yet. I feel that you're a really genuine person and you follow the light and only the light. But the feeling that this person has towards you is that is one of guilt. They're highly protective of you, first of all, because they know what the partner is capable of. They're not looking at those women that are placed in front of them. And I really feel that you hold the key to his heart, his or her heart. That's what it says to me clearly in this deck. But I also feel that you are committed to your spiritual tasks. You know, whether that's praying, whether that's following a different line of spirituality. You are committed to the higher good. That's what these cards say. And that's all you're committed to. And he can't understand, he or she can't understand why they can't get your attention. And I feel this person stares at you all day. Now, whether that's a picture or whether that's being in the same vicinity and just looking your way when you're not looking, this person needs to feel close. I do feel the partner is untouchable. But something's going to change in this situation because I feel that you hold the eternal flame in this man's heart, man or woman's heart. You hold the eternal flame. But I really feel that into the future, this person may not be able to succeed in gaining your attention. Because essentially, he or she has tied himself to bad juju and, you know, if he's a married bloke, he'd have to get divorced. He'd have to get divorced for you to even consider seeing him. And I don't think you look at him anyway. I think you're just interested in him. But you don't look at him anymore. He's like a past consideration to you. You had some type of connection with him, but you're turning away from it. See, and this is a problem with what this woman's desperation just to hold on, because she will descend and you will rise. But I really feel that this is a person a man from your past that you take an interest in but no longer look at. But not only that, you don't want to be in a third-party situation, and you don't want to see a man that has women fluttering around him. And you especially don't want a man that has a kept woman at home. That's what these cards are saying. You want your freedom and your independence. And you don't have to work the sight unseen to get what you want out of life in a spiritual capacity. You don't have to be tied to a man or tied to her. What these cards are saying is that you are really quite feminist, I feel, but maybe not vocally, maybe not like very outwardly, but you are supremely independent. And I feel that this man made you very happy in your past, but you're very conscious of the situation. And I feel that your opinion on it is, oh, okay, yeah, you mucked me round. Good on you. But you know, I'm not exactly, you know, I'm fighting the good fight. I'm not exactly going to a $3,000 hooroo to fight a fight unseen. I'm out there in the battlefield, fighting through, making my choices in life, making my choices with men, turning away from your husband or your partner or your wife. That's who I am. I deal with the elements that are in front of me only, the material good. I don't deal in hocus pocus. That's what you're saying in these cards. And I feel you're really saying, look, love, keep your loser boyfriend, husband, wife, girlfriend. Yes, he made me happy for a time. He or she made me happy for a time. They were sexy as fuck. But I only battle face to face. I don't battle behind the scenes. That's the opinion you're taking. And that's why you will win out. That's why you will ascend. Because you won't play the game. And this woman wants you to play the game. The ball is essentially in her court in this situation, but you couldn't give a stuff. As far as you're concerned, you have her husband. You just don't need him. As far as you're concerned, you have her wife. You have his or her wife. You just don't need them. Okay, so that's deck one. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service and my Fiverr account has a few more options for readings if you'd like to take a look. There we go. This is deck 2. How does he or she feel about you? How does he or she feel about my channel? How does he or she feel about my channel? Richard, Stephanie, my ex-child, Matt, Pomona, Power. Just trying to get the right light on these cards. Okay. I really get the impression that you've been up against some enemies in this situation, and a cycle has ended for you, and you've released whatever happened in the past, because I feel that you had a tower moment. And because you were willing to move on from those bad times, justice has stepped in. I feel that you're moving on in life generally, and you're leaving this person behind. You're moving into a stage of prosperity and power for yourself. I feel that whichever girlfriend was in the mix, girlfriend or boyfriend that was in the mix, they were a real queen. Really deceptive, very money hungry, and that relationship just naturally ended. I feel that there is a friend in this mix that pushed the ex back. Because this is a man or woman from their past. And this person told them where to go, basically. Has a dual message. This associate of yours told this person where to go. This friend, family member, whatever, told these women where to go, and they were told good, and that allowed you to move on with your life, because I feel they were chasing you down, this man or woman. Feels like women to me. But also you carry your own strength. And I feel that you made the decision at some point just to cut off the cycle of abuse of these women. I feel that there was an older, more mature woman that led a younger woman in this situation, a younger man or a younger woman. An older man or woman that led a younger man or woman. And the younger woman was threatened by this person. It's taken some time for the younger woman to heal. So I'm not sure that she knew, this younger woman or man, this person knew about this woman's practices. But basically, this Evel Knievel was turned on their head because she tried to argue with the biggest bird in the forest, the biggest loving and the biggest devotional bird in the forest, to the point where this woman holds a scolding wand, but this protector didn't even get blessed by it, you know. So, and she's on her head here. So this person was struck down quite severely. So whoever it was that intervened has a lot of spiritual strength and a lot of power. And it was quite unexpected because I feel that this one thought that this person here was just another bird to put in her cage, like this person who is healing from the association, but obviously not. But also it has a dual message where you're a bit wiser than what this Persephone lady gives you credit, lady or man gives you credit for. I feel they're very successful, very arrogant though, a little crazy, a little on the wild side, and that's why you're having trouble. Obviously has some type of stability around them, some type of monetary back money. So this person has brought you your justice, but also it says you've brought yourself your own justice because you understand your own power in the situation. Now his feelings towards you are, his or her feelings towards you are that you've been through something, you've been through a tower moment and you're healing and you're releasing them and you're releasing their karmic attachments. Now let's see what the bottom one. Oh, the bottom is the Baba Yaga, authenticity. So yeah, this lady was a big witch. And I know we see this all the time, but it's just like if you want to be more, give this reading more perspective, you could say, well, it's a supremely negative lady, you know. Just interpret it how it works for you. So I really get the impression that you have your power back in this situation and you have your power, the power over this person. Now, I always want to say man because we have so many women here, but it's he or she. Over this queen, over this king, queen, whatever. You have the power. Because the karma's being cleared. And I feel this person that you're thinking about is looking upon you very suspiciously because they didn't even know about this person's character or your character. I feel that this person felt that you were a little bit weaker in spirit than what you really are, a little bit more gentler. And that's why they're dubious. But also they have this attachment to this woman or this man. And obviously this person's not a nice person. And this person controls your person. So that's why they're suspicious. But basically, whoever these women were, got a sock in it, had to put a sock in it pretty quick. That's the impression I get. And I feel from these cards that your person will start to feel stronger within themselves, but your perspective is the same as in the first deck. You are focused on your own justice in this situation. You are not focused on this person at the present time. If this person wants to come back into your life, they're going to have to return, basically, and separate themselves from this other person that controls them. Because you're fully aware. This person that you're talking about didn't think you were fully aware, but is starting to understand that you are fully aware. And that you're not this person that struggles on independently in life. You are this person that has friends. But not only that, that has internal power and strength. So their perception of you has changed since this happened, and I'm not sure that you know about what's happened. You're just getting on with things as you usually do, and you understand your own power, but also there's been something going on in the background. And you're moving on in life. But this person that you're asking about is returning to you. But I feel they need to grow their own strength and extricate themselves from whatever weird association or attachment they're in. Because you can't have this woman hanging over your relationship. I mean, look at her. Yeah. I mean, obviously she thinks she's the bee's knees. But she quickly found out that she wasn't the bee's knees. And I think it's really taken her aback because she's in reverse in this deck. And this person has blind, searing internal power where she has external power. So that's what trumped her. She relies on, he or she, I said she because it's a goddess, but he or she relies on external forces to prop her up. This person's the panther in the night type of thing, you know, the eternal flame, but the eternal flame. So this person wasn't going to win the fight, basically. Metaphorically. Yeah. So your person's